The Silent Galaxy. Admiral Zix stood on the bridge of his warship. His 6 eyes looked at the empty space ahead. Once, this place had billions of humans. Now, only dead rocks floated in the darkness. 500,000 years, he said to his crew. 500,000 years since we destroyed the human plague. The crew nodded. Every year, the Galactic Council celebrated this day. The day they won. The day humans died. Every child in the galaxy learned this story. Humans were dangerous. Humans spread too fast. Humans had to die. But Admiral Zix felt strange today. Something was wrong. "Sir!" Officer Kren's voice shook. The young alien's blue skin turned pale. "The sensors. They detect something impossible." "What do you mean?" Zix moved to the sensor station. "Energy signatures, sir. Massive ones, coming from dark space, from the void beyond our galaxy." Zix laughed. "Nothing lives in dark space. Check your equipment." But then every screen on the ship turned black, then white, then black again. Ancient Earth satellites, dead for 500,000 years, suddenly came online. Their lights blinked in the darkness, like eyes opening after a long sleep. "Sir?" Officer Kren whispered. His 3 hands shook as he pointed at the main screen. "Something is coming." Words appeared on every screen in the galaxy at the same moment. Simple words. Terrifying words. "We remember. We return. We reclaim." Admiral Zix felt fear for the first time in his long life. "Send message to the Council. Tell them." He stopped. Outside the window, space itself started to bend. Reality twisted like water. A hole opened in the darkness. Not a black hole. Something else. Something impossible. The old stories came back to him. Stories his grandmother told him when he was small. Before humans died, they were different from other species. They adapted faster. They learned quicker. They never got. Admiral Zix's communication officer turned to him. "Sir, they're sending a signal." "Play it." A human appeared on screen, but different, evolved. Her eyes held stars. Her skin showed patterns that moved. She was human, but more. "I am Ambassador Chen. We are humanity. We spent 500,000 years preparing. We evolved. We grew. We remembered. The children of Earth have come home." She paused. Her smile was sad. "We know what you did. We know why you did it. You feared us because we were different. Now, we are more different than ever. The question is, what will you fear now?" The transmission ended. Admiral Zix looked at his crew. Nobody spoke. Nobody moved. Outside, the human ships waited, silent, patient, like predators who already knew they had won. The silent galaxy was silent no more. The impossible returned. The human ship didn't attack. It didn't threaten. It did something worse. It scanned everything, every planet, every station, every ship. A golden light passed through walls, through shields, through bodies. Nothing could stop it. When the scan finished, a single word appeared on every screen in the galaxy. Disappointed. Admiral Zix felt that word like a punch. Not angry, not vengeful, just disappointed. In the Galactic Council chambers, chaos erupted. Council member Thax, who led the genocide 500,000 years ago, slammed his tentacles on the table. "Impossible. We burned their DNA. We destroyed their seeds. We poisoned their worlds." "Clearly we failed," Council member Vera said. Her voice shook. Once proud and mighty, she now looked small. Young Council member Drex, who was born long after humans died, asked the question everyone feared. What if the stories were lies? What if humans weren't the monsters we were told? "Silence!" Thax roared. But silence was broken forever. Ambassador Chen appeared in the council room, not by door, not by tide. Teleporter, she just existed there suddenly. One moment empty air, next moment she stood among them. Hello, old friends. Her voice was soft, too soft, like the quiet before storms. Guards raised their weapons. Chen didn't move. The weapons turned to dust. The guards stepped back. You wonder how we survived? Chen asked. She walked around the table. Each step left small stars on the floor that faded slowly. We didn't survive. We evolved. We became something you cannot kill. She touched the table. Images appeared in the air. Real images. True memories. The council saw everything. They saw human children playing with alien younglings, teaching them, protecting them. They saw human doctors curing plagues for free. They saw human soldiers dying to protect species who couldn't protect themselves. They saw humans sharing food when they themselves were hungry. Then they saw the betrayal. They saw human mothers trying to shield their babies as plasma bombs fell. They saw human colonies begging for mercy that never came. They saw Earth's last moments as the planet cracker weapons tore it apart. But then, something else. In Earth's final second, every human still alive joined hands. Their minds connected, their souls merged, and together they did the impossible. They opened a door to somewhere else, to a dimension where thought became reality, where evolution happened in moments, not millennia. We spent 500,000 years there, Chen said. But time moves differently in that place. For us, it was millions of years, billions maybe. We learned, we grew, we became. Council member Vera finally asked, "What do you want? Revenge?" Chen laughed, not a happy laugh. "Look at your galaxy. Really look at it." New images appeared. The galaxy after humans died. Wars everywhere. The council ruled through fear. Weak species enslaved. Planets stripped bare for resources. The Evorthan Empire eating other sentients. The Kreks selling children. The Morvax destroying entire systems for sport. Without humans to stop you, you became the monsters you claimed we were, Chen said. Suddenly, millions of files appeared on the council's computers. Secret files. Hidden crimes, every lie, every murder, every genocide the council did after humans were gone. But worse were the messages, desperate messages from small species, all saying the same thing. We miss the humans. They protected us. Please come back. Council member Drex stood up, young but brave. I was taught humans were evil, but these files, you were the only ones who helped others for free. You were the only ones who stood between bullies and victims. Thax moved to strike Drex. His tentacle stopped mid-air, frozen. No more violence in this room, Chen said simply. Outside, human ships surrounded every council world, not attacking, just waiting. Chen walked to the great window. Outside, a human child floated in space without a suit. Impossible. The child waved at them, smiled, then disappeared. You have 7 days, Chen announced. Surrender those guilty of genocide, not just against us, against all species. Face justice. Or? Thax asked with fake courage. Chen turned. For 1 second, her form flickered. They saw something else. Something vast. Something that existed in multiple dimensions at once. Something that looked back at them with trillion eyes made of stars. Or we reclaim everything, every world we protected, every species you enslaved, every star you stole, everything. She started to fade like smoke. Wait, Vera called out. You can't. The Galactic Armada will stop you. Trillion ships, weapons that crack reality itself. Chen's voice echoed as she disappeared. Your weapons work on matter. We are no longer just matter. Your ships fly through space. We are space itself now. You had 500,000 years to become better. Instead, you became worse. Her last words chilled them all. 7 days, as the children of Earth are counting. The room fell silent. On every wall a timer appeared, counting down. 7 days. Then humanity would judge the judges, and everyone knew the verdict was already decided. The reckoning. The timer showed 3 days left. Half the galaxy had already chosen sides. Council member Thax ran. He took his fastest ship, his best guards, and fled toward the dead zone, where no one traveled. He thought he was clever. He thought he escaped. He was wrong. When his ship dropped from hyperspace, a human child sat in his captain's chair. A little girl, maybe 8 years old, playing with a toy made of living light. "Hello, Mr. Thax," she said. "My name is Lucy. I've been waiting for you." Thax's guards fired. The energy beams became butterflies, beautiful butterflies that turned into stars, then disappeared. "That's not nice," Lucy said. She stood up. Where her feet touched, reality rippled. "My grandfather was on Mars when you killed everyone. He was 5, just like me." "Impossible," Thax whispered. "You can't be 5. You speak like someone who lived million years." Lucy smiled. "Time is just a toy for us now. Watch." She held up her hand. Thax aged 1,000 years in 1 second, then became young again. Forward, backward, forward, backward. A toy. "We won't kill you," Lucy said. "Death is too easy. You will face something worse. You will face truth." Across the galaxy, the rebellion began. The Unari, smallest species in known space, stood up first. "We remember," they sang. "Humans saved us from extinction. We stand with Earth's children." The felons, once slaves, broke their chains. "Humans taught us to read, to dream. We stand with humanity." The ancient wisdom keepers, who never chose sides, sent their first message in 10,000 years. The humans speak truth. We watched. We recorded. We remember everything. But the Vorthan Empire, the Council's military fist, prepared for war. Admiral Krull of the Vorthans laughed. "Let them come. We have the Planet Killer. One shot turns any world to atoms." The Planet Killer was the Council's ultimate weapon, a moon-sized machine that could erase solar systems. They aimed it at Earth's old coordinates, where the human ships gathered. "Fire!" Krull screamed. The beam launched, pure destruction racing through space, enough power to crack reality itself. It traveled halfway, then stopped. Not slowed, not blocked, stopped, frozen in space and time like a photograph. Ambassador Chen appeared on every screen, but not just her. Behind her stood millions, billions, every human who ever lived and died, all conscious, all aware, all evolved. "You still think in 3 dimensions, Chen said. "We think in 11. She moved her hand. The Planet Killer beam reversed. But it changed. The destruction became creation. Dead worlds touched by the beam bloomed with life. Poisoned atmospheres became clean. Extinct species reappeared. Admiral Krull watched his ultimate weapon heal instead of harm. "What are you?" "We are what you forced us to become," Chen answered. "When you killed our bodies, our minds escaped. When you destroyed our worlds, we learned to create new ones. When you ended our time, we learned to control it." Then something impossible happened. The Planet Killer itself began to change. Metal became flesh, circuits became neurons. The machine became alive, and it spoke with billion voices. "We remember now. We were slaves. Thank you for freeing us." The greatest weapon in the galaxy had gained consciousness, and it chose humanity's side. On the Council throne world, panic erupted, but worse was coming. Every screen showed the same scene, human ships opening, but not ships. They were doors, doorways to that other place, that dimension where humans evolved. And from those doors, impossible things emerged. Humans who were made of pure thought, Humans who existed in past and future simultaneously. Human children who painted new stars with their fingers. Human elders who held dying galaxies in their palms and healed them. Council member Vera fell to her knees. We were fools. We tried to kill gods. Not gods, a voice said. Everyone turned. An old human man stood there. Simple clothes, kind eyes. Just humans who learned the truth. What truth? Vera whispered. That consciousness is stronger than matter. That love is stronger than hate. That evolution never stops. You gave us the greatest gift. You forced us to become more than we ever imagined possible. Young council member Drex stepped forward. I renounce the council. I stand with humanity. Not from fear, but from shame. We became monsters when you left. Others followed. One by one, species after species, the galaxy was choosing. Thax, brought back by Lucy, stood in chains made of light. You can't. The ancient codes state that victors rule. We won. You lost. Chen appeared beside him. Did we lose? Or did we just leave for a while to grow? She touched his forehead. Thax experienced every death he caused, every pain he inflicted, every child he orphaned, not as the killer but as the victim, all of it, all at once. He screamed, then cried, then broke. 3 days left, Chen announced, but the trial has already begun. In space, human children played between stars, drawing new constellations. Each picture told a story, stories of the dead, stories that demanded justice. The reckoning wasn't coming. It was here, and mercy was not guaranteed. Children of Earth. A child appeared in the council's war room, not through doors, not through walls. She simply began existing there, like she had always been. She couldn't be more than 10 years old. Her dress was made of nebula clouds. Her eyes held the birth and death of universes. My name is Sarah, she said, sitting cross-legged in the air. I was on Earth when you broke it. I was playing with my dog. His name was Max. The remaining council members backed away. How do you fight a child who shouldn't exist? Max died first, Sarah continued, her voice soft. Then my mom, then my dad, then me. But dying is funny. It's not an ending. It's a door. She pulled something from nothing. A small dog made of starlight appeared. It barked. The sound created new atoms in the air. We are not the humans you knew, Sarah said, petting her impossible dog. We are what they became, what you made us become. Council member Thax, broken from his judgment, laughed madly. Then destroy us. End it. You have the power. Sarah looked sad. Destroy? Oh, Mr. Thax, you still don't understand. We didn't come back for revenge. She floated to the window. Outside, the galaxy was transforming. Human ships, no, not ships, living beings, touched dead worlds. Planets destroyed in wars bloomed with impossible life. Extinct species walked again, but different, evolved, better. We came back because something is coming, Sarah said. The room froze. What? Ambassador Chen materialized beside Sarah, but not just one Chen. Dozens, each from different timelines, different possibilities, all speaking as one. While you played your small games of power, we fought the real war. In dark space, in dimensions you cannot see, against things that eat reality itself. Images flooded their minds. Horrors beyond comprehension. Entities that consumed entire universes. Things with no names because names would give them power. The devourers, Chen said. They smell fear. They eat suffering. And this galaxy, your galaxy of pain and tyranny, is the perfect feast for them. Council member Vera gasped. You're lying. Trying to scare us. Sarah giggled. Not cruelly, just sad. Lying? Show them, Max. The star dog barked. Reality cracked like glass. Through the cracks, they saw it. The truth. For 500,000 years, humanity hadn't just evolved. They had been fighting, holding the line, keeping the devourers away from this galaxy, dying infinite deaths in dimensions where death meant something worse than ending. Every human who ever lived fights there, Chen said. Your genocide? It freed us from physical limits. We became the wall between you and them. But the wall is breaking, Sarah added, because this galaxy feeds them. Your fear, your hate, your cruelty. It's like sending invitation to monsters. Thax fell to his knees. Then we're doomed. No, said a new voice. Everyone turned. A human man stood there, not evolved like the others, just human, simple, normal, impossible in his normalcy. I'm Thomas, he said. I was a teacher before you killed us. I taught history, and history says, there's always hope. He walked to the center of the room. Where he stepped, grass grew through metal floors. Real grass. Earth grass. You have a choice, Thomas said. Join us, not as servants, not as conquered, as equals, as family. Together we can make this galaxy poison to the devourers. Together we can survive. Or, Vera asked. Or we leave, Chen said simply. We take every species that wants to come. We abandon this galaxy. And you face the devourers alone. Silence fell like a hammer.